Welcome back, everybody, to Challengers North America Stage 3. We're still in Group C, yet to decide who is going to make it into playoffs. And right now, we've got a little bit of an interesting game in front of us. My name is Marks, this is Keg, and Keg set the stage.
What is there to say that hasn't already been said? So many people are watching Rankers right now, and they are primed up to take the upper bracket qualification spot.
Yep.
They're Rankers! They are just out-aiming everybody. Like, you could break down, like, you could form a team probably around the aim of at least one of these players per player for each team. Like, they are just out-aiming everybody. And it's not even like that they're just, all aim. Like, they are, don't get me wrong. But there is aim and there is brain. They are performing so well. And Nightblood Gaming, besides Bind, has just not found an answer to it yet.
I mean, you do say that, but we do have one more map in front of us. And
That's true.
This is going to be Ascent. I mean, Sunset looked a little bit easy for the Rankers, but we don't really know whether or not Nightblood Gaming do have something cooked up, similar to Bind, because I was very impressed with how they were dealing with the Rankers there. So I'm curious to see how this is going to be going out here, as Nightblood Gaming are starting us out on our defense here for Ascent.
Look, all I'm saying, man, is I think that that ambulance is probably for Nightblood. They had a great start on Bind. I will give them that. And we talked about this already, where just because of how the map is formed, I think there was a really good game plan for the team going into their map pick. What we have already seen Rankers play on Ascent, and it was brutal against Turtle Troop. They only got 2 rounds, and that was on the defense. None of these teams have found an answer to their attacks yet.
Oh boy. I mean, it is going to be really interesting. And once again, on the Rankers side, I've been extremely impressed with Knights. Obviously, just doing so much fragging, but it's just such good reflexes coming in from that player. And these clove smokes have been doing their job and, just adding to confusion, as already it's a brawl out front. And yeah, Eggster finds their counterpoint. Poppin going to make that a trade as well. Overall, the Rankers are going to be coming out on top of it. Oh, Sogo, all for the bait, flying around the side, and the floodgates are open. The Rankers stormed their way in onto that A site.
Look, they're storming the gates, and they're looking great to take over this castle. A site, handedly in Rankers' favor. 2 left alive, Fireball on the Deadlock, and Elim actually on the Yoru here. That's an interesting duality that we see approaching into this matchup with Huynh the last alive and just a shorty. In a 1v4, it's going to be hard to find the space, let alone the tradability to survive an ordeal like this.
Gun here.
Just looking around, shorty in hand. Yeah, put more 2 bolts in there. At least able to get 1, but not going to be the case. Inspire shuts that down. The Rankers find that pistol round exactly like we were expecting.
It feels like that wind gets knocked out of you each one of these rounds,
Yes.
We talked about it before. These teams will play a little slow in the beginning, but then Nightblood Gaming, their first rifle round is really the round I'm looking at. That's going to be everything to set the pace for this upcoming defense. And they have looked really good on these defense rounds. Elim looked super solid on the Neon. We had last map, we had, I believe, Kess on Breach. That was good for the flashes to enable the slide ability. But with KaneZera, who struggled to find opening picks on the first map of this set, and as well as the last time they were on Ascent themselves, finding this opening pick, it seems like Rankers have no sign of slowing down.
None at all. I mean, once again, that was just, hey, we're going to hop out, look down mid, find a kill. Nice, let's move up now. The Rankers have done just exactly that. Taking a look around now, flooding in onto this B site. Kess and Sogo just tucked away in the back there. Smokes will be coming up. Engagement going to be underway. KaneZera already finding Elim. KaneZera is now still moving up, clearing back the boathouse. Eggster able to find 1. The backside is completely open. Now Hyun stuck once again in a 1v5. A Bucky in hand and a Sheriff to go alongside it. Hyun has been looking pretty good, but this is still a very tall order, as KaneZera, with these sniper rifles, has been looking deadly.
Nah, you're underselling that, dude. The updraft 360 to land and then hit the shot against Huynh. Oh, absolutely gross, dude. I don't know what to say at this point. Rankers have not changed it up in 6 maps, and they're looking fantastic. 5 maps, and they're looking fantastic. Nightblood Gaming, if there's a round for them to adjust, it has to be now. I do like the Cypher tripwires that we see locking down B, especially deep in mid. Alem is going to take this risk to aim down mid, but there's no support whatsoever. Everyone's so focused on the anti-entry. Forrest, it happens again! Let's go for it!
Gonna be walking forward. Barrier Mass completely shutting down the rest of the team, and look at that, not able to find anything else. Inkster ready to shut it down as Poppin turns the corner, Outlaw in hand. And Outlaw's gonna find Alem nice and easy. Ranker's not just quite done yet. Oh, Sogo, so aware as Inspire goes down in the midst of all of that. Spray through does find a little bit of damage in. Not enough to secure any of the kills, down to this 2v2 scenario. Nightblood Gaming did not want to be facing this as they speak. It's Poppin. It's all just for the kills. Outlaw is spotted out here. And so, yeah, smartly Sogo is going to be backing off. But look at this. Kess descends from up top. Doesn't realize that Knights is right behind. It's a good old switcheroo. Down to a 1v1. Knights versus Sogo. Both of them heroes in their own vein. Now Sogo allows that plant to go through. Be walking around this corner. Knights uses the ruse just to shut that down, but doesn't even need it if I'm being honest. The headshot is so clean. Sogo goes down. Rankers find 3.
Knights' aim is just wild, man. But I do like the response that Nightblood Gaming are bringing out for this defense. They are much earlier than they did Unbind, much earlier than Sunset, are playing proactively to take these early fights, no matter the cost.
Yeah. It's really one of those things where, you know, they're just kind of like beating their head against the wall, but the Rankers are more than happy with that as we have a little bit of a pause coming in here. Nightblood Gaming actually going for a very early timeout. They understand just how important it is to make sure that the Rankers just don't start getting away with so many rounds in a row.
The earliest timeout we've seen from Nightblood. I don't blame them. Again, the eco management is so important, let alone figuring a way to get into these numbers, winning these rounds against Rankers. And this hasn't even really been an approach to B just yet, just one round. The stall factor with a Cypher is a great start, but you have a comp designed double Senti to slow down a team that so far has not been able to be slowed down. Alem worked wonders last map on that Neon. I have to question the Yoru here. I understand it's meta, don't get me wrong. But we haven't really seen a lot of where this Yoru could be valuable in the beats of a round against Rankers. Would it be more early round potential? Faking information off of maybe a fake TP? The flashes? I'm wondering where this will exist in the overall defense setup.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is one of those things where, you know, the Rankers, they have a pretty standard composition minus the Yoru. And it is just kind of built around that Yoru to kind of compensate for some of the loss of information. Meanwhile, on the other side, that Yoru going alongside the Deadlock. More unconventional, but something we've been seeing a little bit more of in Challengers. It is very kind of like pop, use that utility, and find those kills early.
Fireball's been using these defensive Deadlock walls very early into rounds, though. We see it here top of Garden. We saw all throughout Bind. It's just an opportunity for Rankers to pivot and re-rotate. Find extra space again. A headshot against Kane's Era. 5 HP.
Really great. Look at that, actually. Things are not looking terrible for Nightblood Gaming. As soon as I say that, though, a completely clean house. Find 4, one right after another. And yeah, this one's not looking good. Seen this one before. Hyun up against the world. This time only with the Judge. Shotgun in hand. Shotguns have been the name of the game, but Inspire just so aware of it. The Rankers, 4 in a row, cannot be stopped.
Converting this map to a win for Rankers would mean they go into playoff of Challengers. They'll have ascended that far. Not the actual ascension, but they'll have made it pretty far. And I mean, so many teams have been upset out of this group stage. It's been one of the most contentious ones we have seen, I would say, ever in North American Valorant. Once again, B is the way to go. Cypher, Trip, and Camera set up very early. An Odin setup off of Kess could easily be out-aimed back by Poppin. Plenty of damage already made. No returning fire. A great advantage early on for Nightblood. Soko cannot fall.
It's different. Cypher came from the attacking side. Maybe went the wrong way here. Decoy gonna trigger that trap wire. Gets activated yet again, and still Knights comes out on top. Has the not dead yet as well. The threat is not neutralized. Zera moving so far forwards. And now Kess just in the back line here, holding down the Odin, not able to find the kill as the Rankers just overwhelmed yet again. This B site has been their domain. A little bit of a panic. Paranoia comes through, and yeah, they're just gonna swarm them like sharks. The Rankers will simply not be stopped.
I'm speechless, man. I don't know what Nightblood can do. It really feels like a ranked match at times where you can have all the setup in the universe. You can have all of your ducks in a row, whatever metaphor you want, to have a proper setup, and you just get steamrolled on the attack. It happens, man, at all ranks. And rankers are the best at it, it seems, that they can do it at this level of play. I'd be so curious to see how playoffs look if they do make it through. And at this point, it seems like all but a guarantee. Exeter bringing in the dimensional drift, info gained, flashes are out, confusion all over B site.
Poppin actually cancels ult. Halfway through, look at this, Exeter. Just in the back lines yet again. 007 in the back here, doing God's work on that B. And yeah, it's just so easy. Zera pulls out the gun at the wrong time. It is 2v1. Able to actually capture a target, which is massive, as Knights is only 5 HP. So Exeter going down suddenly turns this into a very winnable scenario. That Stinger could be very deadly if Knights is not careful. And Knights knows this as well. 20 seconds before another smoke comes back online. Should be able to go and get that spike down. Fireball Ops is a real opportunity here, Heck.
Oh, Fireball's taking the longest route possible. Decides to double back, go Marketplace.
Just slow and steady right now.
Fireball might be able to be spotted by Knights.
Oh, they're just looking the wrong way here, and actually Knights, once again, unreal aim. The flick finds ahead immediately, and Rankers now at 6-0.
That's so tilting. They were this close to taking a round off of Rankers. 5 HP marks off of Knights. And he still gets the flick from against Marketplace.
Oh,
3 ults to work with, man. Alim, the dimensional drift. Great to scout out mid early on. Rankers have been taking these rounds so fast that there's no real second guessing where the attack may come from. Early shots from the Odin do rain true throughout B main. An early wall will be helpful. Could separate out Zera, and of course, yeah, still go for it.
Oh, yeah, just stuck down there. Right click, gonna make sure Fireball Ops goes down. Not for getting used. You can't shadow step away here. Zera has awoken. Apparently, just needed to be on the jet to make that duelist roll really pop. Alim gonna be going really far back on that flank. Kept at bay by a tripwire. So a lot of information is going to be given away, and Spire now has to make this one work, and yeah, just through the decoy. Lines him up, knocks him down. Simply, it is just scrambling coming from Nightblood gamers. At least Sogo's able to get one, but a little bit of a whiff. Sogo able to find another, but Inspire ready to clean that one up. The Rankers are off the leash, and they're going in.
This is unbelievable. They just can't be stopped. Every single attack has a response because they just roll through Nightblood. And now the buys are not looking good. Cass will remain with a weapon that can shoot through that B lane wall. But knowing full well that this is not a rifle round for Nightblood, they're going to return back to B. This is interesting, though. It's going to be mid to B split, it looks like.
Cage triggered.
It's different, but you know, at the same time, if you're Rankers, you're just like, hey, let's just try it out. You know, everything else has been working, so why not this?
I'm losing my marbles, man. I have no marbles left.
Oh, no.
Sure. Why not?
Alim almost found the Elim, though. A lot of damage onto Poppin just through the smoke. with that sheriff in hand. Owl drone going to be going through. At least did spot out Hyun. The shock bolt gets utilized as Hyun moves up here, shotgun in hand. Tail as old as time as Kane's looking for a head onto Kess. Kess a little bit more wiser though. Gonna just, bunker down in onto the site. Hyun, oh no, the timing. Valorant timing to the T. Inspire just goes in and cleans house. And now it is Alim on the site, at least able to find one kill. The spike does get dropped. The rankers are more than happy with this one as Eggster finds Alim on the other side.
I don't know how they've done it. They're in the mainframe. Their circadian rhythm is Valorant timing.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, speaking the devil, and he shall appear. Kane's can't be stopped with a headshot as well to close out that round. They didn't even need to be around the site. They just needed to put the spike down as a formality. Nightblood Gaming still cannot find any purchase in the ground to make sure they can stabilize themselves at all.
They have nothing to go off of. I'm scrambling. I'm clawing at the bottom of the barrel, Mark, to think of anything that Nightblood can do. I like the anti-entry setup. Yeah, timeout number 2. I would use it too, man. The sonic sensor guard in place. Nightblood Gaming are scrambling to think of whatever they can do to just win these gunfights against rankers. They've taken it slow. They played purely for retakes. They played denial. They've shot through walls. And nothing has worked. Sogo has been the best performer of this team thus far, mostly because him and Huyn have been the last ones alive. They could take it a little bit slower. Maybe that's the solution. Give up sight completely and play for a retake. They did that back on Bind and it had decent results. But once rankers get that entry in and they fill out a bit more, they take those 1vx's to swing far deeper than they really should be. They do lose those fights. Unless you're Kane Zera and you're 14-4 with an op. But outside of that, you have a chance.
I mean, a chance is all you need at this point. And you gotta hope, you really gotta hope that something is going to work here, because I'm gonna be honest, there's a certain point where it looks like rankers are just kind of playing with their food. It's been such a dominant performance from this team. And like you said, their attack is something that not many other teams have been able to see. And so Nightblood Gaming had nothing really to prepare for coming into this one, except for just the basics, which, as we know at this point, rankers are far from that.
And from their start of Open Qualifiers, Nightblood Gaming in this series have been the only team to take a map off of rankers. They have been quite literally flawless up until now. Okay, shots from Kess. Good stall. Rankers off this timeout are playing unusually slow. They're expecting a more aggressive push out now.
But this is something that we've seen every single time there is a timeout. The rankers usually just kind of hold back. It's like that they're expecting their opponent to get the call to just run down at them. But even then, like, it's still fine. I mean, they still got all the utility that they need. They're going to be executing shortly here. Nightblood Gaming doing a lot better job at fortifying that A site. But Eggster ready to pounce in now. Flash going in. Perfect timing. Fireball ops simply just shut down immediately at the door. Hyun getting an excellent spray through the smoke there as Alim finds yet another. This is the best shot that they've had thus far. Nightblood Gaming just need to win their ones, and that is going to be the case. Okay, Hyun finally turning up, but Eggster shuts it down. A 1v1 scenario. Has to be able to get the spike down as well. Gonna be going for the plant. Oh yeah, that's the shock dart. Finally, Nightblood Gaming, they figure it out. And they're able to get that one round, but it takes miracle work coming through from Hyun to make it happen.
I'm so happy Nightblood Gaming were able to convert their first offensive round. But this has been a consistent thing with rankers. When they play slow on their attack, those are their shakiest rounds. It promotes enough time for a defense like Nightblood to set themselves up to prepare for the stall. It gives them time to react and give information and not play for fights. I don't think we're going to see a slow round like that again on this attack.
No, probably not. Eggster already going in with Dimensional Drift. Looking for a target. Kane Zera pushing down Hyun. Make sure that none of those shenanigans can happen again this round. Kane now going to be moving in yet again. Gets pinged up, actually, so Fireball will be able to get the spray through. Eggster doing a lot of damage as well as Pop and trade that back. Now Alem gonna be going in as well with the dimensional drift, so at least able to get one. But Knights has the not dead yet, so this one isn't just quite done. It's a little bit all over the place as Nightblood Gaming come back into this. Inspire, the last remaining member of Rankers. 1v2 scenario. Positions are given away. Inspire makes it a 1v1 here, but drops down. Gun not in hand. Kess gets the spray down. Kess again staying alive. Nightblood Gaming find their second.
A great read and a great near gamble stack for Nightblood to hold down a site. Rankers have been one of those teams that likes to hit the same site over and over again. This is where the psychology comes in from. We saw it against Turtle Troop. We saw it in the last two maps. They like to keep hitting the site. And then teams on the defense will think, okay, surely they don't hit A again, right?
Surely.
We gotta set up B, man. But no, Rankers will hit A once more. And Nightblood Gaming are not falling for that trick. They are setting back up for A yet again. This could be a great chance for a third.
Oh, a little bit of a trade here. Annihilation now going to be online. Someone is going to get pulled into the net. Should be able to get broken free. However, as Hyun just around the corner, Hyun has come back into this one. Shotguns in hand, throws it away just around the corner to pick up a rifle. Grabneck gets tossed out as well. Uh-oh, caught with the gun out of hand. This is going to be the Sova ult in the back line. It's a little bit too chaotic, but this is going exactly how Nightblood Gaming wanted. Suddenly, it's a 2v4. I'm not counting them out yet, but it's looking unlikely for Rankers to win this round.
What will the reset and reposition look like for Rankers? That's something we've seen too often out of this attack. They're not put in this position often, but with 48 seconds left on the clock, they could still work the map. Recon, available from Poppin, double shock darts available too. All signs pointing towards a potential B plant. Down 2-1. In terms of body count, Spire's gonna try to take this late lurk and let Poppin up to his own devices on B. He's gonna give the audio call to see when those rotates begin off of Nightblood. Recon needs to come out on B though to confirm it. 20 seconds left, timing is tight.
No hard feelings.
No way. Inspire's at least able to get one, and yeah, okay, now the call gets made. Poppin able to get that spike down. Nightblood Gaming have to do a full retake here. 3v2, a lot of utility still available for Kess, and that's the important stuff. They just have to be careful of Inspire.
Poppin. Pushed up, playing on site, expecting the defensive rotate to be towards backside, but it's not. It's B main.
Oh, Kess has an inkling. That's what's happening. Inspire, though, so quick with it. Sogo shuts that one down. A 1v2 scenario for Poppin. Odin in hand, playing a little bit off-site. Understands that they probably are just on the other side. Finds one. Knows that the last one has to be on the site there. Recon Bolt does get destroyed as the swing goes around and Hyun can't quite find it. Poppin shuts it down. The Rankers, they get their ninth, but Nightblood Gaming are dragging them through the mud to get these rounds now.
Bark, that was a 4v2 when they lost. Inspire's the greatest IGL of all time. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are. Unbelievable. Look. I don't know. I don't know, man. Because so far, it really has felt like these have been some of the best mid-round calls when they do exist in this half that we've seen so far this tournament.
Whoa, the early aggression immediately gets punished. Exer is traded out. No way. He's just been on a shotgun rampage. Has to get the reload, so Inspire will just be moving through. The Soval gets utilized. Inspire will be no more. As Knight's just running through, but it's a little bit too rambunctious. Poppin, now the last person left alive, is still able to find one. Does get tagged up, finds another, and suddenly it's a 1v1, which really shouldn't be the case. Spike in hand, but trying to go for the round the corner move, and Fireball Ops gets onto the site. It's getting a little bit too chaotic, and that's going to end that half. 9-3 for Rankers.
They think themselves are equal. They are mistaken.
Nightblood Gaming's gained more rounds on this map than Turtle Troop did. It's not much, but it's progress. On the attack, though, Turtle Troop got their 2 defense rounds, and then they didn't win any attack. I'm curious to see what Nightblood can bring to the table. They have more structure than Turtle Troop did. But already, Rankers have a great setup here. One Cypher trip available, allowing Knights to at least confirm an opening pick. Eggster setting up the gate crash across map just in case. Kane Zera will have to watch Catwalk as well as the crossfire on the entry.
Okay. Knights just going in on it. Able to at least find Aelin there. Eggster still on the back side. Gets one, but it's trades galore onto the site. Kane Zera not able to escape, but it kind of works out well. Fireball Ops, the last person left standing. In an absolute firefight. Onto A, and Fire goes for it. Gets a little bit of shots in. And Fireball Ops now down to this 1v. Fireball Ops finds it. 6 HP left. Nightblood Gaming get pistol.
Oh. Now, I do want to correct myself. Turtle Troop actually gained 7 rounds in total against Rankers. It's just, when you watch a match like this, it all kind of blends together, and your brain also melts. The two
Is that
was
what's going on right now?
a little bit, but I mean, still, the majority of the rounds that were won by Turtle Troop were on the attack. They got 5. Rankers, their defense setup, again, is very loose. They rely mostly on getting kills. So Nightblood Gaming, they have a lot more leeway to open things up. Not to say it's going to be an easy recourse, but they certainly can do it. Already, Knights is taking it much slower than before. The double smokes are out, negating what can be found off of the recon bolt.
Look at the presence that Knights has kind of put onto Nightblood. They're so worried about that single smoke just spraying through it. The conditioning has been prime.
And now you got to clear out wine. More utility that needs to be used there, not on site.
Cage triggered.
The mind games are elite. And yeah, look at this. As well, too. Tossing down this cyber cage to make sure that they deny even more information. And Nightblood Gaming decide that they're not interested. They do back off of this one. As Rankers completely just stand still.
Split push yet again. Anti-lurk off of Sogo. Smokes are down for Garden. All signs pointing towards A. No sign of rotates off of Rankers.
Kane Zera, good discipline. Understanding that's just the decoy.
30
now they're aware exactly what's going on here. Not closing the door just quite yet. Oh, Kane Zera. Flirting with disaster. Goes out at the wrong time. Fireball Ops is going to be able to find that kill. And Nice just goes around the corner, of course. Headshot, what would you expect? Looks for another. Yeah, he'll just do just that. Grab net, no worries. Never mind. Fireball Ops will shut that one down. Nightblood Gaming, they're getting back into this one.
I'm liking this. Sogo's deep lurk through mid was very scary, but again, a team like Rankers who rely off of those trades, you have more opportunities to take map space if you are confident and not afraid of their team. Sogo, recognizing no defense at all through mid, got up into defender spawn completely for free and removed a rotate. That is a huge hole in Rankers' defenses. And now we're not seeing this defensive team swarming A site anymore. They've spread themselves out yet again. Spycam now set up nice and nestled in marketplace to mid. Fireball unfortunate to fall. They've been so impactful in this attack.
Oh, Inspire. Just on the other side, 21 HP. Able to peel off, nice and easy. Oh, never mind. Hey, Nightblood Gaming just found 2. Good way to start things out as Poppin just going in so deep here, looking for it, able to find one. Knows that this is just on the other side. Poppin not quite done yet. 1 shot, 1 kill. Decoy now getting utilized. Hyun in this 1v3 scenario. We saw what Hyun is capable of, but it's such a tall order right now. This could be the round that restabilizes the Rankers here. Hyun able to at least find that first. Extra could be the next one to contest as Kane Zera comes in from the other side. So aware of what's going on, but the timing here might be perfect. Gonna toss down the dark cover. Toss out the paranoia. Just catches Kane Zera off to the side here as both tailwinds get expended. And yeah, Kane Zera wins that duel out. The Rankers right back into things, hit double digits.
Same spot. Nightblood Gaming found themselves back on Sunset, down by 5, double the points in Rankers' favor. You know, normally I would say this would be a good time for Nightblood to go for a timeout. But here's the thing, right? Nightblood used both their timeouts in the first half.
Yeah, that makes it hard to take a timeout, doesn't it?
It does. I'm here to confirm that it does. Nightblood Gaming are all on their own now. No coaching, not available to help out.
Cage triggered.
I like this potential fake in the beginning here. Add that extra pressure off of A site. Maybe able to isolate Kane Zera. can't resist a good fight, right? But instead, smoke, fade, all that goes through. And yet nothing. Zera backs off. Back to B we go.
Okay. Just a flash and a kill. Every single round, that feels so consistent here. Salem tosses out the decoy. It's a little bit too readable, especially from a Yoru main like Exter. Look at this one way, it's brutal popping. Already able to find one and Inspire. So aware of what's going on. The Recon Dart does make the purchase. And it's just a spray through. KaneZera finds Fireball Ops. Rankers ready for 11. Such a cheeky little angle there. Spots it out. Alim very low HP, but able to escape. And now this is going to be not good. Alim at least able to find Poppin'. But the backline is going to be coming through here, and Knights does not miss those. Doesn't need a fancy headshot to close out that round. Body Shot will do just fine. 11.
Boy, Game are putting up a fight, certainly. A lot of these rounds have just been ending in B main. Very little side space has been taken. I want to see Nightblood work mid again. Sogo had such a great lurk a few rounds ago. And yes, now there's a presence. There is utility in mid to prevent that lurk from achieving again. But why not contest it? Why not even give it a shot? Instead, they're just fighting directly into a funnel every single round.
Who's next?
Okay, Dimensional Drift, here we go. We'll be able to spot off utility. Hopefully, also Exter's position.
Ooh, Exter not scouted out. Annihilation gonna get used, but Poppin just spraying through. Able to at least find one. Alim emerges. Bucky in hand. Goes down here, but simply cannot walk through his Knights once again. Just watching for market. 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap. 3 bodies down, and now Hyun just has a shotty in hand up against 3. A position we've seen many times before and still not as likely to win.
One smoke, a flash available. High-low setup, though, on B site. Functionally no way to take this swing and win it out.
Just rounding the corner now. Rankers ready for 12th round. The flash comes through. That will slow Hyun down just for a second. Another smoke gets utilized, but does get spotted out. KaneZera finds the kill, and honestly, on this map, KaneZera has really woken up.
I really like the smoke that Huynh had brought down. That would have been enough to scale into lane, but because we had seen Night Smoke in the back go through in the position KaneZera was at, it only showed Hwynn's head. That made it so much easier for KaneZera to get that first shot and take the shot effectively. One more round potentially for Rankers here to be the upper qualifying bracket of this group for group stage, the playoffs of Challengers 3.
Okay, it's gonna be a rundown from Nightblood Gaming, and immediately right off the bat, look at this. It's so much value. Popping finds 2. Just one ultimate, and it's already over. KaneZera going in, uses the blade storm, right clicks, doesn't quite find it. Fireball Ops pretty low HP, but Rankers aren't just quite done yet. Knight's going for that final kill. Doesn't quite get it, but will close things out. Rankers find their way into Challengers North America Stage 3 playoffs.
They are the most entertaining team to watch, to say the very least. Rankers have been unbelievable. Very unique way of playing, to say the very least. But honestly, the aim prowess that we see from Rankers, especially Knights, right? Just a different level, has been unbelievable. And, you know, obviously, yes, they qualify. That's huge. How far can they take this? Is there a world where Rankers, through this style of play and their aim alone, can win the entire thing?
I mean, listen, like, clearly the ranked leaderboard wasn't enough for these guys. They got to take on the competitive championship leaderboard as well.
It's ranked 2.
Like, this is one of those things that you mentioned, Keg. I wonder, too, if they start to, you know, because they just kind of came together, and sure, they've got Inspire being the IGL there, and they're all insane. But if they get a little bit more time to play together, kind of work on some of those strategies and stuff like that, it is very possible that we're going to be seeing a lot of these names for quite some time here in Challengers.
Yeah, they're not a team that just W keys in and doesn't think. They think a lot. And not only do they have like these big picture plays off of their IGLing, but also, you know, for as chaotic as I'm sure their comms are, they work off of each other really damn well, dude. Like, it's scary.
It really is. And honestly, it was a lot of fun to watch. Nightblood Gaming, though, is not completely out of this one just yet. They will face the winners between Core and Turtle Troop. There is still one more spot left for one of these teams to be able to find the qualification into playoffs in Group C. But, of course, we got to throw to a break first as we get that next series up for you before we crown and figure out who are going to be our two winners. And, of course, me and Keg will be signing off. We're going to be with Ravish and Tenrek for that final series. So make sure to stick around because I think that one is also going to be a little bit of a brawl. Bye, everybody.